It's day 3 after Nigerians woke up to the news of a presidential probe over allegations of corruption against no less a person than the acting chairman of the EFCC, Mr Ibrahim Magu. On day 1, news of his arrest by the DSS rent the air, an allegation later denied by the DSS. On day 2, news making the rounds was about his suspension from office, and on day 3, news of the naming of his successor is all over the place. In the last 3 days, the media landscape has been awash with speculations about events surrounding the embattled EFCC boss. While Mr Magu has been vilified by some, describing the development as long overdue, there are those who have come to his defense and argue that the events of the past few days are just a result of corruption fighting back. In all of these, there's been no official confirmation from the government about the arrest, suspension, and perhaps a replacement for Mr Magu. What we can verify from all these, from the unsigned statement from the presidency, which we brought to you on our news on Tuesday, is that the presidency claims that Mr Magu's trial is a demonstration that nobody is above the law under the Buhari administration. The nation now eagerly awaits a pronouncement from the federal government on the events surrounding the nation's top anti-graft officer. Our next report chronicles the travails of Mr Magu from when he was appointed in 2015 until recent events, which is as a result of a damning report on allegations of corruption leveled against Mr Magu by the Attorney General of the Federation, Mr Abubakar Malami.
November 2015, after the sack of his predecessor, Assistant Commissioner of Police Mr Ibrahim Magu was appointed as acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to be at the vanguard against graft in President Buhari's bid to fight corruption.
I'm pleased to inform you of the appointment of the following and to propose them for confirmation of the Senate as provided by the EFCC Act. 1. Magu Ibrahim Mustafa, ACP Chairman.
After months in acting capacity, twice the 8th Senate rejected President Buhari's request for Magu's confirmation, citing a damning DSS report which put Magu's integrity to question, allegations he denies.
Based on security reports available to the Senate cannot proceed and confirm the nomination of Ibrahim Magu Mustafa as the executive chairman of EFCC. Accordingly, the Senate hereby rejects the said nomination and has returned the said nomination to Mr. President for further action.
July 2020, Magu is again in the eye of the storm after the Department of State Services invited him for questioning, and for 3 days the EFCC boss faced a presidential panel over alleged infractions. It is believed that Mr. Ibrahim Magu has been suspended by the president based on recommendations by the panel in order to allow for unhindered investigation into allegations against him. The presidency had on Tuesday declared that the ongoing probe of the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Mr. Ibrahim Magu, is an affirmation that nobody under the present administration is above scrutiny and reinforces the Buhari-led administration's commitment to transparency and accountability, adding that the holder of such elevated office must be above suspicion.